Yes, sir! Roy, it's the same room as Lust and Roy is here. I think Envy's dying here. Oh, oh my god! Yes! No! Oh! Welcome back to another Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood video. Today we have episode 54. What a crazy situation we got from last episode, and I'm really hoping we're going to continue on with that here. So between me sitting back down for this episode and watching last episode, I did get up and make some food, and as I was up, I was still thinking about the episode. And something that came to my mind was like, say this is actually Hawkeye at the end of last episode, right? Pointing the gun at Roy. If she had something to say to him about potentially how he's acting or that she's worried about him, why would she point the gun at him, right? And then so that makes you think, okay, maybe it's envy. But if it is Envy, why didn't Envy just shoot to begin with? Which then makes me think, you have to remember, Envy could be anyone. What if in this instance, Envy is Roy? The last thing we saw of Envy was he just seen Hawkeye. So this could be like a triple fake out. Because last episode in the discussion, all I'm talking about is this is either Hawkeye or Envy. It's just so interesting. I'm like, what if Envy has seen Hawkeye, disguised himself as Roy, and now is plotting some situation to bring Hawkeye along with him and confuse the actual Roy. And perhaps Hawkeye has caught onto the fact that this is Envy and not the actual Roy, and that's why she's pointing the gun. Okay, I've literally gone back and watched like that last interaction again from last episode. And the way that Hawkeye smiles at Roy at the end there, like seemingly like knowingly, I think that's Envy disguised as Roy. Either way, it's just given me so much to think about and ponder, and I love that we can still be doing that at this point in the show. I'm not going to waste any more time here. I'm going to go straight into the episode now. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, episode 54. Okay, no intro. 1909, the end of the Ishvalan War. Why are we here all of a sudden?
I believed in you. I trusted you with my father's research.
Okay, here we go. Yep.
I can never atone for the suffering I've caused. Please burn this off. Deface my back.
How could I ever do something?
At least I may not ever be able to atone, but at least I can destroy.
Did we see burn marks on her back that one time? I think we did.
Alchemists.
Damn.
Set me free from my father's burden. Please. I'm begging you.
Wow. This is a whole side of this relationship that we haven't seen yet.
All right. I'll leave as little trace as I can.
So Roy is the last flame alchemist then?
Thank you so much.
So she's seen the destruction of flame alchemy, right? I know that has to have something to do with this episode. Maybe it's coming back to what Roy is doing to Envy. I don't know. We'll have to see. But they're building on this situation. Beyond the Inferno, okay? Okay, we're back. What happened?
What are you doing, Lieutenant? Do you know who your gun's
I
pointing?
still don't know.
Who? Don't make me laugh. When it's just us, the Colonel calls me by my first name, Riza.
Shoot. Oh.
I lied. Still very nice of you to fall for it.
That's what I'm saying.
And now you can do me the favor of dying.
Okay. Roy's never called her Riza. At least I can't remember. But this is not good. I don't know if Hawkeye can actually do this here. But she's doing a good job.
You are really annoyed with that thing.
Oh shit. Okay, see.
You at his feet like a rat.
Oh, and there it is.
Colonel!
Don't touch Hawkeye. Yeah, here we go. Don't you dare touch Hawkeye. Oh, is this the moment? Is this it?
What in the hell are you doing to my lieutenant?
My lieutenant. Just kill him, please. Let's be done with this.
Don't interfere, Lieutenant. I told you I would take care of him myself.
Dude, Demon Roy. Oh. Just kill him, man. This has gone on long enough.
You damn human! Don't you underestimate me!
Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Now this is satisfying. Sounds just like Lust. But this is the same thing. The flame alchemy. Look at his face. That was so raw. That's it. That's it. The crumbling. Oh, it's a little envy again. Kill that thing. Oh, yep.
So this is your true form then. You're ugly. Envy means jealousy.
Uh-huh. Oh.
And jealousy is an ugly thing.
Damn, Roy.
I'm not giving you a choice. Now burn in hell!
Hawkeye?
And what do you think you're doing?
That's enough, Colonel.
Yeah.
I'll deal with him from here.
He's as good as finished.
Dude, look at Roy.
I can't obey that. Put your hand down.
Bring him back down to earth.
I won't ask again!
What? Okay. We're all here.
Fullmetal.
Roy, you need to chill out, buddy. Yeah.
I'll be taking that. That is an order.
Dude.
To me right
Roy, you got... Yeah, okay.
No, I won't.
This is not who you are, Roy. I think that's what we're getting at here.
Give him to me, or I'll burn up your hand along with him!
If it's a fight you want, fine. But
Don't encourage this.
take a good look at your face. Is that the face you plan to wear when you're leading? the
Yes.
retreat?
Yes.
Well, is it?
Talk to him, Ed.
Is that what you want to be, Colonel? Another monster?
Dude, he's not fazed by anything. Come on.
In turn, they'll protect the ones they love. It seems like the least we tiny humans can do for each other.
Come on, Roy. Focus. Come on. Come on.
Becoming a beast, giving in to its passion. You can if you want to.
Talk to him, Scar.
I won't stop you from giving in to revenge.
Hey,
What right do I have to stop someone from taking vengeance? But still, I shudder to think what kind of world a man held captive by his own hate would create once he becomes its ruler.
Come on.
I can't let you kill him.
That
That's
would
what you
just...
said.
Yeah.
I have no intention of letting him live.
It can't be you,
I'll
though.
dispose of him.
It would be too much.
Did it? I finally ran him down.
Yeah, see, this is the build-up.
You're about to do something reckless. This will not help, not your country or your friends.
Come on. Come on.
This is pure hatred, and I will not let it take you.
Talk to him, Reza.
You're better. I know you're
This is why you need homies like this in your circle. To pull you back down to earth. Look at Hughes, man. I'm emotional. I know how badly you want to kill Envy, man. But you've done enough. Yeah. Dude, with Hawkeye pointing a gun at him, that's wild. Here we go.
Going to shoot me, shoot me.
Dang. You know she won't. Oh, but their promise.
What will you do?
I can tell you I have no intention of carrying on by myself.
Oh.
Once all of this is over, I'm going to end my life and remove my secrets of flame alchemy from the world.
I'm sick. That's just venting, essentially.
Can't happen.
You can't die.
I can't.
No.
I can't afford to lose you.
You'll need each other.
What kind of madness is this?
Yep. We need to get rid of it.
By a child, lectured by a man who has been my enemy. And you. I've done it again. I've hurt you.
Oh. There he is. There's that Roy.
What can one man be?
You've been through a lot though, man. Good. That was tough.
are you a moron?
Shut up, Envy.
Are you humans always such pathetic worms?
Someone kill her, Envy, please.
Your pal Scar here was going to kill you.
Still trying to twist situations around. We've all moved past this, Envy. Stop trying.
That little girl who became a chimera?
Don't bring up Nina and Alexander anymore.
And we kill and be killed, fight each other. You're all in the dirt.
Please, someone.
How could you hope to team up? You're way beyond the point of kissing and
Damn, look at Ed.
right, Pipsqueak. Right, Hawkeye. Mustang. Scar.
You're wrong. Silence speaks volumes.
Now I see.
What's that?
Jealous.
Yep.
Humans, are you?
Yep. Envy.
We humans, according to you, were supposed to be nothing when compared to homunculi.
But look at this, man.
When we're beaten down,
Yep.
we stray.
Yep.
We face the challenge again and again. Our loved ones are always there to pick us back up.
That's what I'm saying.
And you're jealous.
You got nothing.
Yes, because of that.
You have nothing like that.
Just how humans don't make any sense to me. You throw away your life.
Wow. Envy really getting some attention here.
Hey, what do you think you're doing? Idiot, where are you going?
Hold him. Ow!
Won't last long.
Huh.
Out of all this chemical there, you just had to be the one. You Pipsqueak.
Doesn't even react to Pipsqueak anymore. Jesus Christ. I didn't think we'd be here right now.
Damn it! I've been humiliated.
I don't know what to say about this.
Envy? Jealous of you? Of you humans?
This is kind of sad, to be honest.
How could this Pipsqueak kid see through me? It's the ultimate humiliation.
Look at Ed, man.
See, oh well, best of luck with that Pipsqueak.
What? The stone! Is that death? Do they take the stone? No. Okay, it's death. Wow. Envy killed himself after all of that. And there goes a fantastic villain. Envy was a great character. This situation caught me off guard, but Envy was a great addition to the show.
He took the easy way out and killed himself. Cowardly bastard.
That's all he was. He was a coward. Wow. And there goes another homunculus. Oh, we're back here. Almost forgot this was happening.
General! Major!
You're here just in time. From this point on, I'll be running the show.
Okay. Yeah, come on.
Everybody get down now!
Let's go. It can be. Oh, shit.
Get ready to fight, Central soldiers. Show me your courage, men.
Dude, Olivier like running Central right now. Show me your courage. That's a Briggs thing. Okay.
No, you don't!
Give me the one-on-one. Give me the one-on-one. Oh, shit.
This would be so much easier if I could use both arms.
Yeah, you got that dislocated shoulder. Oh, uh-oh. Okay. It's the one-on-one, but this isn't looking very good.
General! He's gonna kill him!
Olivier, help. Someone help.
Leave him. That's
What?
my brother. He's trained better than to be killed like this.
Okay, okay. Talk to him then, Alex.
It's the end! The Major!
With the shoulder. Here we go. Here we go. Talk to him. He's got that glint in his eyes. Ugh! The sparkles kill me.
My shoulder is back!
Oh shit! Did he punch it back into place?
Nice.
It's over now. Bing, 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 bing. Let's go. Oh, this is satisfying too. Sit him down, Alex. Sit him down. Yep. You're gonna run out of regeneration eventually, right? Yes, sir. Ooh. Through the mouth again.
My alchemy worked beautifully together.
Oh, let's go.
Find the two to be an unconquerable combination.
This is the Armstrong we know. Damn, they're just raiding Central Command with a tank.
No matter. Return fire.
But the civilians haven't left yet, sir.
And if we wait, we're guaranteed to lose.
This guy's only thinking about himself.
Move on. Tell the main batteries are.
Good. He's gonna get what's coming for him.
Damn, what was that?
It's Buccaneer.
So you plan to open fire on a populated area. Do you want that info to go out over the radio too?
A man formerly from Command Center 1 who has a rather sharp memory.
It's Fullmetal.
We just had to find someone to dig a tunnel. Who could pull off something like that? Would you like me to introduce you to her?
To her.
Woman that
When people ask,
It's Izumi!
but today, I've shed that particular disguise.
She was with them. Look at her. Let's go. Ah! Okay, we got a scene here playing through the outro. So I'm gonna watch and listen to this. Hohenheim. Father. Oh, he's here.
You've come alone. I expected you would bring those boys of yours along with you. What help do I need from children when I'm dealing with something as lowly as you?
Talk to him.
To me, you're still a dwarf and a flesh.
Yep.
A monk.
No one's got more history than these two. Yeah, oh,
Still slave number 23, aren't you?
that's a sick shot.
Body. Today, all these many years later, you will become a part of mine.
Wow. Alright, there might about to be a little bit of talking about this one. Alright, so let's go over this whole envy situation at the start of the episode. It was pretty much the first half of the episode. So the opening scene was very interesting, and I knew this had to be playing now because it's going to have some sort of significance throughout what goes on between Hawkeye and Roy throughout the rest of the episode. And it's a very, very interesting insight into Hawkeye's mentality. First of all, it reinforces just how much the Ishvalan War affects her specifically, all the crazy things that she's done and experienced. But the really interesting takeaway from this is that she feels very responsible for essentially the suffering that Roy caused by letting Roy see her father's research about flame alchemy. And Hawkeye saying to Roy, look, I trusted you. I joined the military with you all because I wanted to help people, and all we've done is just about exterminate an entire race of people. And she says to Roy, burn this bloody tattoo off my back. Get rid of my father's research. I don't want to have anything to do with it going forward. I've seen the destruction it can cause, right? There should be no more flame alchemy. You know, rid me of my father's burden. And I do remember the episode we got introduced to Riza's father as Roy's master. I think in the middle of the episode we saw a shot of Hawkeye's back, or maybe when she was in the shower even, and you could see burn marks on her back. Alright, and then the big question of who was actually who between Roy, Hawkeye, and Envy in this situation. Envy was disguised as Roy. Now, I didn't even consider that last discussion, but it did pop into my mind afterwards, and I did talk about it in the intro. And the more I thought about it, the more it made the most sense that Envy would be Roy in this instance. But it's the way that Hawkeye realizes, I guess, or I think just suspects, that it's not Roy and in fact Envy. I think in this instance, Hawkeye's just being very cautious, right? It could be Envy, we don't know. So she sets up an instance to kind of make Envy out himself by saying, look, when it's just the two of us, the Colonel calls me Riza. And I reacted to that like, yep, she's onto it. Not because, you know, Roy always calls her Riza. I personally cannot recall an instance where Roy calls Hawkeye Riza. I could be wrong, but personally I can't actually recall an instance like that. But Hawkeye does say, I was lying, by the way, thanks for exposing yourself. Because Envy's reacted to that like, oh no, she's onto me, I've got to transform back. And Hawkeye's got him, starts firing off, and initially it was looking okay. I wasn't sure how it was going to go, but as expected, Envy does get the best of Hawkeye. You know, and the whole time I was thinking I didn't want Hawkeye to get involved in case she gets hurt or worse, killed. But thank goodness Roy comes in, and if Roy wasn't angry enough about the fact that Envy was the one who killed Hughes, now that he's hurt Hawkeye, you know, he was ready to do some crazy things. And at that point I was thinking, okay, maybe Roy actually comes in now, finishes the job off, right? And we can be done with it. And that would have made so much of what I said last episode irrelevant, even in the intro. But we do get that massive crazy scene. Shades of Roy versus Lust. Envy screaming so much like Lust when she was getting obliterated by Roy. You know, Roy is just looking like a demon. He's just fueled by his anger. He's an entirely different person. We get some really cool animated shots, and then Envy's body crumbles away and we're left with just that little form that we've already seen. And right as Roy is about to deal the final blow to Envy, that's when Hawkeye steps in and says, no, that's enough. And at some point during this interaction, I remember the memory triggering of the promise they made. I can't remember exactly what was said, but Roy says to Hawkeye, if I ever stray down a different path or the wrong path, I need you to shoot me down. Something like that, right? And that's what this was. And Hawkeye was prepared to do it. Like, Roy was going down that path. He was completely fueled by his hatred. He was about to do something he really shouldn't. Ed and Scar come in as well. Ed is like, you should see what you look like right now. Obviously, we as viewers do. Roy himself has no idea what he's looking like. He's looking like a freak. It's a completely different person. Ed and Roy have a promise as well. We have to remember, Ed's gonna pay Roy back the money he owes him when he becomes the Führer. He's like, are you gonna lead the country with this face that you have right now after doing this sort of thing? And Scar chimes in as well with a very Scar-like response, saying, look, if you want to give in to your vengeance, who am I to stop you, right? I was fueled by that for a long time. But now Scar's deal is like he wants to change Amestris so that nothing like the Ishvalan War can happen again. And he says to Roy, I would hate to think what the country would look like if it was led by a man doing stuff like this. And you can see Roy slowly starting to snap out of this crazy angered state that he's in. Then Hawkeye comes in with the clutch words, you're about to do something reckless. This is not going to help Amestris. This is not going to help your friends. It is pure hatred and I will not let it take you. And this is when it gets a bit heavy. You know, Roy kind of flashes back to Hughes a little bit. He wants to kill Envy so badly. Roy says to Hawkeye, if you want to shoot me, then shoot me. But what will you do afterwards? And Hawkeye says, I'll turn the gun on myself. Right, this fight will be my last. I can't go on this journey alone, meaning without Roy. If she has to shoot Roy, she's going to shoot herself as well. You know, and in the process, she will remove flame alchemy from the world. Again, going back to that scene at the start of the episode. And that is just about what brings Roy back down to earth. The thought of Hawkeye killing herself, leaving the world, he sends off this angered blast of flame alchemy down the hall, and he says, no, that cannot happen. And now Roy says some very heavy things here. You can see he started to calm down a bit, and now he's looking at the situation that he's found himself in. He says, no, I can't be without you, talking about Hawkeye. So you can see that his care for Hawkeye and having Hawkeye in the world was greater than his anger towards Envy over killing Hughes. And Roy's looking at the situation like he was scolded by Ed, lectured to by Scar, who was once his enemy. And then he turns to Hawkeye and he says, I've done it again. I've hurt you. Just like in the Ishvalan War, my actions have hurt you. Roy's actions with flame alchemy during the Ishvalan War led to Hawkeye feeling the way she did, right, in that opening scene of the episode, and now here again. His crazed state that he was in has hurt Hawkeye. Not just physically with her wounded shoulder, right, but emotionally as well. And I think there could be a little bit of a parallel between Roy and Hawkeye and Ed and Winry here as well, with Ed's promise being, I will not make Winry cry again. Roy lowers Hawkeye's gun, and it seems we've all calmed down, right? We've gotten through this situation. Again, nothing like how I expected this to be. Again, that's just what the show does, but it did add some very interesting layers to Hawkeye and Roy's characters, as well as their relationship as well, which I do appreciate. And it did send me on this crazy journey of thoughts these last 2 episodes as well, which I'm also grateful for, because I love having all these things to think about. Right, now we get Envy's pretty much farewell, and Envy just being Envy, just spouting out all of these crazy things again, trying to twist the situation around, talking about all the bad things all of these guys have done, how they all used to be enemies, everything Scar's responsible for, the things that Roy and Hawkeye have done, even Ed, and no one's reacting. Envy's like, how can all of you like work together after all the things that you've done? And like I said, silence speaks volumes. And Envy's like, really? Like, really? Like, you guys are gonna be able to do this? And it's Edward, of all people, to realize what Envy is all about. as Envy is just crying out, how could you do it? Like how in the world could you guys all come together like this? And Ed realizes Envy's jealous. The embodiment of envy. Envy wishes he had people like this. And I said this during the episode, you need people like this. Roy needs people like Hawkeye, like Ed, even Scar in this instance, to help bring him back down to earth when he's lost his mind. And Ed's saying, look, we're supposed to be nothing compared to you guys. You guys are essentially immortal. You guys have Philosopher's Stones, you're homunculi. We're just humans, we're supposed to be nothing. But what we do have are loved ones, friends that will always pick us up. And Envy's got none of that, right? That's what Envy is envious about for the humans. And it really breaks Envy. Envy has a lot of flashbacks to a lot of instances and things that he's said throughout his life. And he pretty much has a mental breakdown. He's like, why of all people was it Edward Elric the Pipsqueak who could see through me? And Envy just feels humiliated that through all of this, like Ed is right. Envy is jealous of people, of humans. And it was just so humiliating for Envy that it was I said it was sad, and I didn't mean that, you know, it was making me sad. I'm like, this is like pathetic almost, like for Envy. But it makes sense. Envy gets so much development at the end here. We really round out Envy's character, and like I said, a fantastic villain throughout this show. I really enjoyed Envy's presence. But this was the time for Envy to go, and eventually Envy rips out his own Philosopher's Stone, crushes it, and that's it. There goes Envy. Took the coward's way out, which is what Envy was doing, running from Roy, and now just feels so humiliated by the situation that he ends himself. And I want to draw attention to just how solemn Ed looks, and not just this episode, it's been throughout the last few episodes, and we know why, having to deal with the zombies that are still essentially human souls. Envy, in a way, was still human souls as well. Even here, Envy had absorbed a lot of the zombies. But Ed just seems so, sad about a lot of what's going on. It's really interesting. I really want to hear what's going on in Ed's head, as we move into the last part of the show here. And we see one last shot of Roy, just head in his hands, probably really thinking about what just transpired. But I'm really glad we got through that, right? And it seems like everyone's going to be okay, because it was quite a shake-up. I was like, are we actually going to lose Roy? Is something going to happen to Hawkeye? But no, we got where we needed to be. We've killed Envy, right? But it's just not how I expected we'd get there. But it was still really good. Now we move into the last part of the episode. We get a continuation of the Armstrong siblings against Sloth and all the zombies. And it's something I almost forgot was happening. So Olivia takes control of the situation. She takes control of the Central Soldiers. Like, we have to work together in this instance. I know you all have orders to kill me, right? But just like she is up in Briggs, she says, show me your courage, men, as she leads them all into battle against the zombies. Again, it doesn't really look like they can kill them. They can just hold them off. Meanwhile, right, we have Sloth healing and Alex Armstrong stepping in, right? He still has his dislocated shoulder, but we finally get the one-on-one that I wanted between Sloth and Alex Armstrong. And Sloth is hammering him. Alex doesn't stand much of a chance with only one arm. And the soldiers want to help him. Olivia says, leave him. He has trained for this. He is better than getting wrecked by Sloth here. And what happens is he gets his glow back, his little gleaming Armstrong that we know so well. He puts his dislocated shoulder in front of Sloth, and Sloth punches it back into place, and then it's over, right? Then we get a real nice melee of Armstrong against Sloth. It's just what I wanted. And he finishes off transmuting these massive spikes straight through Sloth, straight through his mouth again, just like he did last episode. It was fantastic. And then we get Kremen trying to deal with this tank that Briggs are rolling through with. Buccaneer comes in, and he's got Kremen by the neck in his crocodile automail. And Kremen's like, you were from Briggs. How are you here? How did you get a tank here? What happened? Buccaneer goes on to explain, look, we have Fullmetal, right? He knows the ins and outs of Central. And then after that, getting it was easy. We just had to find someone to dig a tunnel. Enter Azumi. I knew she was with them. She was in the back with the glowing red demon eyes when they opened the door and revealed that the Briggs soldiers were hiding out in the Armstrong mansion. And she's looking damn good, by the way. She comes in like, usually I'm a housewife, but today I've shed that disguise. I'm an alchemist. You almost forget that she is an alchemist. She's the one that trained Ed and Al. So she has used her alchemy, I guess, to make the tunnel for the Briggs soldiers. And I want to draw attention to the WC written on her sandals. I don't know if I drew attention to this way back when she got introduced, but we know her last name is Curtis. I think the W might stand for her child, perhaps. or something else. I have no idea. I'm sure you guys will be able to tell me if we get revealed that or not. I'll find out. Otherwise, you guys will be able to tell me. But I've been waiting for this. Almost everyone is in the mix now. I wanted Izumi to be able to come in and fight. You know, Hohenheim's fixed her up a little bit so she can actually help. It's so exciting. I really can't wait to see more of what she can do and get involved in all of this. The outro music's playing over Izumi here, and we transition into Hohenheim walking up to Father. He is there. He's gone there by himself on purpose. I'm sure he knew where he was going when he split off from Ed, Scar, and the Chimeras and took Lang Fan with him. Told Lang Fan, look, you go find Ling. That's your deal. You guys are Shingis. You don't really have to worry about the semester and stuff. You go deal with your thing. I know where I'm going. I'm going to find Father. And it's popped into my head a lot, and I've never really talked about it, but I'm like, maybe Hohenheim is somehow going to sacrifice himself to deal with Father. I don't know how. We know they're connected. Father came from Hohenheim. I don't know if that's the only way, but I think it might be something that could happen, especially because they're both there by themselves right now. And a fantastic interaction. Hohenheim's like, you were still just the homunculus in the flask. Father says to Hohenheim, and you are still just slave number 23. No one in the show has more history than these two characters. And when Father stands up, you can see he disconnects from some of those pipes, those cables, a little bit of red lightning, right? Philosopher's Stone stuff. I still don't know what that means. I don't know where all these pipes go, what he's doing. Is it charging him up or something? It's really interesting. And as he stands up, it pans to a shot and he's almost reflecting off some sort of flask, like some glass, essentially symbolic of, you know, the homunculus in the flask. A very cool shot. And Father says to Hohenheim, years and years ago, right, you gave me part of your body, and now you are going to become part of mine. Ooh, well, I hope we get a fight between these two or something, because that's an epic line, right? The setup here is phenomenal. And that's it. That's the end of the episode, with the outro playing over the scene. It sounds fantastic, by the way. I can't wait to see it with the actual visuals in it. But again, phenomenal. These 3 episodes that I've watched back to back to back have been fantastic. All the epic fights are happening. The soundtrack is great. The animation is great. And we're still just getting things that I just didn't expect. Even 54 episodes in, you think you've figured everything out. No, there's still so much going on. But it looks like almost all of these fights that have been set up over these 3 episodes are just about resolved. We didn't get anything about Alphonse and his crew again. The last thing we saw is they were just getting away from Pride, who ate Kimberly. I'm assuming May is off with the Chimeras because only Ed and Scar went back for Roy and Hawkeye. And it seems like Armstrong has potentially dealt with Sloth now. We still have the zombies there to be worried about, but the Briggs guys have turned up as well. Maybe that'll help turn the tide there. But now it's time for a whole bunch of new things to start happening, right? It seems like the big confrontation with Father is just about to happen, right? We are truly in the endgame of the endgame now. And I think I said in episode 52 that the discussions might not be so long, yet here we are. But I'm going to leave it there. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. It would really help me out. I'd really appreciate it. And as always, please feel free to leave your comments and feedback down below. You know, I always appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next episode of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.